When you strike a note on your MIDI controller, the computer is recording a lot of different information about the performance. How hard you strike the note is interpreted as velocity. Velocity control is useful for instruments where the performer doesn't typically have control over the dynamics beyond the attack of the note. This is sufficient for staccato or percussive notes on wind or string instruments, but it can't be used to change dynamics on a sustained note after the initial strike. To do that, we'll use velocity crossfade and expression. Velocity crossfade controls the volume level loudness, but more importantly, it controls the timbre of the sound. High velocity crossfade levels are more aggressive, and low levels are more delicate. Expression is also a simple volume control that acts with the master volume as an additional layer of level control. But whereas volume is used like the faders on a mixing board in a recording studio and represents how loud we're setting the overall sound, expression is used to perform changes in dynamics that a live player would play on their instrument. Together, velocity crossfade and expression can be used for realistic, dynamic MIDI performances. On the right side of the basic view in Vienna, we see a fader labeled Master Volume. Above the fader is the MIDI CC7, MIDI volume. To the left of this fader are several slots into which you can insert additional faders for additional CC numbers. The film scoring presets have already added velocity crossfade and expression faders into each patch for you. The CC number above velocity crossfade and expression is set to MIDI CC1, the CC number the modulation wheel controls by default. We can now control both velocity crossfade and expression with the mod wheel of our MIDI controller. In the Vienna presets provided by the film scoring department, all long note articulations for woodwind, brass, and arco strings have mod wheel MIDI CC mapped to the velocity crossfader and expression. All short note articulations are velocity controlled. The timpani roll patch that's key switched uses the velocity crossfader. All other percussion instruments are velocity controlled only.